All right, guys, welcome back to another episode on my channel. Let's get right into this sign. So as you can see here, I have my computer set up with my projector right next to it. So I am going to start the process of setting up this sign. So the most important things is having a wall space that's big enough for your projection to go on, and using some type of Word document or type font resource to be able to create the exact type that you want, so that when you project this onto a wall space, you can properly trace it. And you can use measuring tools to help you get the size and scale of how big you want it to be. All right, as you can see, I just wrote this in with pencil. Obviously, you'll need a large piece of paper to be able to put your sign on so that you can trace it out. But I did go over this a few times because I wanted to make sure that it was perfect. Use pencil so that I can easily erase, just to make sure I had clean lines. Now it is time to cut. All right, so here comes the fun part. So obviously you want to put this on some kind of cutting board or something where if you are using an X-Acto blade, you can easily create these fine lines. You don't necessarily have to use an X-Acto blade. I just use one here because I just love working with them. I've been working with them ever since I was in college. They just make being able to cut artworks like this so much easier. But as you can see here, I am just carefully cutting out the lines, making sure I use my ruler on those straight edges so that I can create those nice clean lines, because I am going to be transferring these paper letters to a cardboard styrofoam sheet. So that is going to create that solid base for my letters to live on and create some sort of structure, so that should they fall or sort of rearrange themselves, or I should rub my fingers across them, they don't simply crumble like paper. So I started out by just cutting out the first couple of letters, and then I am going through the process of finishing out the rest of the word Elizabeth, which is my brand name. This project overall took maybe a few hours, I would say, just trying to get my projection up and properly scale it on the wall so that I can see what I'm doing. But for the most part, only a couple of hours. Obviously, I did a project like this on my off day just so I know I had the maximum amount of time to be able to achieve it. As you can see, I'm just going in, cutting out those centers, and then going in and cutting out the edges. As far as when it is being transferred, I did not stick it, or no, I did stick it with painter's tape onto the cardboard so that they do not move. And then for that, I do recommend using an X-Acto blade to be able to cut them out cleanly, because the cardboard paper or styrofoam paper is a lot tougher. So being able to use an X-Acto blade will be able to create those nice fine lines for you, so you don't have to go through and do so much editing in the end, like you would do if it was a pair of scissors that you were using to cut these letters out. But overall, this project was so fun. I actually saw a girl do it on YouTube. I will try to find her video and tag it so that you guys can see what sort of inspired this. But she did I believe it was like a Sweet 16, and she sort of made hers like really big, and she kind of made them 3D-esque, which was really cool. But it sort of just kind of gave me the route to be able to do such a refined project for what I needed. Just something that feels a little bit more 3D and more bold for a sign. So shout out to her for providing the inspiration for me for this video. And as I said, I will tag it at the bottom in the description, as well as other resources that I use to create this sign. And here is the final product of my sign. As you can see, using that X-Acto blade, those letters came out perfect. I am super happy with the result of this project. Of course, I went back in and sprayed them in the desired color that I want. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me along this ride, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.